Don't blame Mr. Charlie. Charlie is just a man. Doing the best he can. That's why I still love him. Doing your best, how I will do the rest. 'Cause I love you better like I do. You just keep doing your best, how I will do the rest. 'Cause I love you better like I do. That's why I heard him say, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Charlie is just a man. Doing the best he can. Heard him say, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Charlie is just a man. Doing the best he can. That's why I still love him. Doing your best, how I will do the rest. 'Cause I love you better like I do. You just keep doing your best, how I will do the rest. 'Cause I love you better like I do. That's why I heard him say, doing your best, how I will do the rest. 'Cause I love you better like I do. You just keep doing your best, how I will do the rest. 'Cause I love you better like I do. That's why I heard him say, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Charlie is just a man. Doing the best he can. Heard him say, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Charlie is just a man. Doing the best he can. That's why I still love him. Don't blame Mr. Charlie. Charlie is just a man. Doing the best he can. Heard him say, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Charlie is just a man. Doing the best he can. That's why I still love him. Doing your best, how I will do the rest.
Yeah.
'Cause I love you
Yes, sir.
like I do.
Yeah. Let's let it ride a little bit more. Come on.
Hey,
Let me see some purple hearts in the damn chat for Mr. Charlie.
yes.
One time for Mr. Charlie, y'all.
One time.
Bring him in. Ah. What he do? Mayne gang.
What they do, neighborhood?
It's that kind of day.
Hey, yes it is. Yeah, this purple hearts look nice.
Hey, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. What is good, y'all? Oh man,
What's up, people?
your boy is feeling good today.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, your
Yeah,
boy
a lot of
is
reasons
feeling
to.
real good. My guy, what is up, man? What is up,
What's
man?
up,
What
homie?
is feeling
Another
like
week.
I got a weight up off my shoulders.
Hey,
Man,
right there with you, man. Right
It's been
there with
incredible.
you.
Been incredible,
Yes.
man. Like, oh man, it feels so good when you transition. I don't know about y'all. If y'all ain't never had to been able, if you haven't had the privilege to be able to walk off a job on your own terms, that feeling you get when you know you done, when you done. Ah,
They're done. They're done.
oh man, the done.
It's like
You just-
falling down the steps of duns.
Yes, tell them.
Love it. This is how I feel. Done.
Done. That kind of done. What it do, y'all,
Yeah.
man? You know what it is. It's another Thursday. It is your boy Al. It is my Mayne Lavis. We are the Mayne Authority. Your one-stop shop for all of this nerdy shit.
Yes, sir. And it's
Man,
Thursday.
and
Y'all
it's
know what it is.
Thursday.
Y'all know what it is. It's the official Friday. Now you can party that tomorrow's Friday
That
because
part.
it happened today.
That
right
part.
now. Man
That
gang.
part. Main
The
gang.
gang.
The
That's like
main
falling down
authority
the
of
step
the
of gangs.
building. Who we got to build it real quick? Let's just do a real quick
Yeah,
roll
yeah, yeah.
call.
Let's see. I know I see top billing. We got JT with the woo. What it is, man?
What
We
it
got
do,
King
man?
James came through. What's up, King James?
Hey, you got an extra
say
spot
he-
on that roster, bro? Like I'm trying to get
Yeah, man.
trying to get one of them rings with y'all too, man.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Darth Chaos, what's good? Darth Chaos, Mr. Ratcatcher 2, what's up, man?
What's good, Rat? Catch off.
We got Mike Porter again. You wanna
Cut the music.
Yeah, it is.
Hold up, man. Wait a minute. You know what we got to do one time for the homie?
Yes, sir.
I'm just got to make sure I got it right. And then we hit him with a. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
it is Sir Glass Half Full himself, Mr. Steal Your Girl and Give Her Back, because he just that nice. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Mike Mother Porter. What he do?
Yes, sir. What it do?
What he
man?
do, Mike? What he do,
The official
man?
announcement.
Oh,
Now it's
man.
on and popping.
Now we can start the show.
Yes, we can.
Oh man. And what a show we got.
Yes, we do.
Man.
It's gonna be what if level, episode 2 level type, like.
So we going there already? We going there already? We just gonna talk about it like that? We just gonna
No, I mean it's just that level. It's that level of things. We don't.
I was gonna say, because if you're ready to get into the shit, I'm ready to get into the shit. You know, I'm just
I'm
saying.
always ready to get into some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Then what the hell we waiting on? Let's just go on and start talking about what if.
You know what? Dun 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 dun.
Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun.
Redundant.
That's it. It's redundant. I done did it. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Man. What if episode 2, man? Like, let me just say, like, I have never, ever gotten them kind of emotions from a cartoon. I'm just gonna say it, man.
Yeah, I have to admit.
The moment I heard Mr. Chadwick Boseman's voice, man, like, it was almost like living that day all over again. Straight up. It was, you just hate that somebody with that much light is gone so soon, man. But
Facts.
I know he's gonna be in, a few more episodes. But if that's the way you want to bring him back, if that's what we get, damn it, I ain't mad. I ain't mad at that, because that episode right there, that's what's
That
up.
was it.
Not to say the
That's
first
what it was.
episode wasn't dope, because it definitely was. I am definitely all about that Captain Carter life, but man, I didn't really know what to expect with the whole T'Challa Starlord thing.
Yeah.
But I felt like if that's what you're gonna do, go ahead and do it. And Adam is right. It's probably been since about Transformers '86. I was literally just having that conversation with my wife because we was watching that movie. I was forcing her to watch it, and I was like, "You don't understand. This was a moment.
Right.
What was we gonna do without Optimus? Like
Right.
straight up." But man, what about you, man? What did you think about it, man? How'd you feel?
I liked the entire episode. I liked how they pieced it together and they made it like the inverse of how the actual Star-Lord is, at least for the sacred timeline.
Right.
So it's like the fact that he went out and he made a difference in the universe means like I'm the typical phrase, it means the world, but at the same time,
Yeah.
like, that means like the universe, that to the point where he was able to quell the Mad Titan.
I'm saying,
Could
bro,
you imagine? You know what I mean? Like,
Look,
that was just
that was
one of-
the bright
Oof.
spot of the episode for me, because that Thanos, I'm all about. That was hilarious because
Right.
it was Thanos. Everything about Thanos, that's Thanos, except he was chill. And I just thought it was hilarious how they kept playing into the whole thing. They're like, but it's genocide. And my man was like, no, but it's random. It's all right. It's
right.
just
Yeah,
like-
that was
it was
the entire
the whole
episode.
time, man. It was so funny.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I didn't look at the credits, but that was Brolin, right? That was still Josh Brolin. Yeah.
Brolin,
Like
Brolin did come back for that.
he nailed that. Like, he straight up nailed it, bro. Like, I was just like, dude, like, this is Thanos. Like, there was, we talked about in episode 1 how Bucky kind of just wasn't really Bucky. You know what I'm saying? But that was, I feel like every character in this episode was every bit what I remember from watching them on the silver screen, man. It was dope.
Yeah,
It was
most definitely. I totally enjoyed watching it. Like it was a new experience.
right.
It's kind of it was fresh at the same time, even though it was something that you could say is recycled. But
Mm-hmm.
just the whole entire what if, being able to view that through this kind of lens in a live action form versus how they've done it on the comics, it's just amazing,
Yeah.
you know. And I can't wait to see how they do him in the other 3 episodes that he's going to be coming back in. It'd be nice if we could see a little bit more of the Ravagers when he does show up. Maybe a
Mhm.
little bit more Yondu,
Yes.
a little more Taserface. I kind of like the background characters. And
Yes.
big ups to Marvel for finally kind of at least including the background characters in at least animated.
Yeah.
I think they do a good enough job in live action that they are able to, the background characters still get their moments, but like in animated, it kind of falls back a little bit. They just kind of play the little background trope. So
Yeah.
being able to say like a character like Taserface was actually enjoyable, good job.
No
Like,
doubt.
yeah, you get a little bit more of them in the future would be nice.
Yeah, for sure, man. It was very interesting to see how they did that with the Ravagers, man. And I'm just like, you, Taserface was dope. That having Thanos in there was dope. Even Yondu, man, and like the way that they was able to still kind of spin the story with him and
Yeah,
T'Challa and that whole dynamic, I thought was dope because
Yeah.
it fit. You know what I'm saying? And I was kind of wondering where Gamora was. I was like, no Gamora, no Groot. Somebody said they spotted Rocket somewhere in the episode. I missed that. I
missed that too.
I'm gonna have to go back and check that out. But yeah, man, it was just overall a dope episode. And again, it leaves me with the same question that I had at the end of the first episode, which was, where is this gonna go next? Like, where is this leading? Like, I'm ready, and we just 2 episodes in, but I'm like, okay. At what point is either the watcher gonna be like, I gotta do something, or are we gonna see something where we like, oh, that's gonna bleed over? Like, this is where we start to see how this connects.
I'm thinking about episode 5. We still got to go and see the background between Killmonger with Tony Stark, and we still have to have the Doctor Strange episode.
Yes.
After the Doctor Strange episode, it's no holds barred on that. They could easily either cross over by accident, they could cross over on purpose. Like at episode 5, we know we have 4 more episodes that's going to at least tie in the end of season 1.
Right.
So some people really think that they're going to wait till like season 2 to like have them cross over. No, there's been footage already out that at least I've seen that, you see them interact and all, it's in the trailer, all of them come together, including Gamora. So I just think maybe by episode 9 we'll tie in who the actual multiverse big bad is. I think that's kind of the question on where we're going into season 2 is who are they going to make that? Are they going to make it a Kang variant? Is that going to be another Kang variant that, has to go through maybe one of the first ones, or maybe an explanation of what happened after the timeline thing? Because I think even this what if, I think it happens perhaps like right after what's going down in Loki.
Okay.
So it's like now we can explain the what if because we have these multiple universes that we can explore. So that threat will kind of be what pulls them all together. I'm hearing rumors that maybe Peggy Carter might be in the Multiverse of Madness. I'm not too sure on that one. It would be cool, but I mean, I just kind of feel like out of all the rumors that we've had, I think even before now, where you can say, okay, now it's conceivably believable, we would have heard some kind of inkling of that back when we were really digging for Doctor Strange 2. I mean, like everything we can probably pull out of No Way Home, people are drip dropping, sucking that up. So I feel like we would have heard that. So I'm not too into that, but it would be cool if maybe it's like a cameo type thing.
Right.
But at the same time, like I said, I think after episode 5, we will begin to see what pulls them together and then where it's leading them to from the Watcher standpoint. Because I want to know what's going to make the Watcher be like, all right.
Yeah, like enough is enough. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because
and it's like, it's coming. Like, it's coming.
Right. Exactly. So it's going to be a big threat. Whatever it is, got to be good.
Yeah.
And can I say?
Please do.
They actually made Korath very enjoyable. Out of all the iterations of Korath that I've ever seen, this one is something I would like to revisit at some point. Like he was a real Mayne gang member.
Yes.
Like for real. He was real
Straight
about
up.
everything and a
Straight
straight
up.
up fanboy.
Straight
but
up.
at the same time respectable. Even in the whole beginning, like that whole little entry
dude,
thing.
That's what
that was hilarious.
Yeah, man. And that's again, I would be interested in, or I want to go back and look at who wrote this episode or who the credited writers are, because that feels like they had one of us in there. Because my dude was like,
yes,
he was straight up one of us. Like that whole dynamic was like, all right, you can roll with us. Like my dude,
right.
It's like,
yeah,
that was
he
dope.
even went back and got my man.
Yeah,
like,
he went back and got me like, yeah, we can make room. We've hired one.
Yes,
yeah,
most definitely. And it was I believe it was I'm a probably butcher his name, so I'm just gonna say Hanso. It was totally Hanso who came back and did the voice. The original actor.
Yes,
came back and did the voice.
Made it, and that made it so much better.
Yes, because to me, like I've not really seen him be that kind of a jovial character on screen. Like every time you see, especially at least this character, he's always serious, doesn't have a sense of humor or none of that types of stuff. So the fact that in this universe he does, that was a nail.
Yeah,
it was. They didn't nail it with my man Bucky in the first episode, but they totally got it.
I got a throwback for you. I can remember the last time I saw him be somewhat jovial.
What was that?
You know about Biker Boys.
Oh man, why don't
exactly go back
that movie?
Oh man, no, look. I would not ask anybody to go back and watch that whole movie, but go back and check that. Go check out. Particularly, there's a scene where they doing like a bike wash fundraiser, and my dude is out there hosting it, and I just remember that whole scene sticks out in my mind because that's literally what you said. I'm like, that's the first time I'd even seen this dude ever cut loose, like at all. Right. And it was a real subtle line, but it was like, oh, so he do got a little bit of personality. Okay, I'm with it. Right. But yeah, dude, he showed it. He was in his bag in this episode. I liked it.
Most definitely.
I liked it.
And Fan Jackson, you're right. He was kind of jovial in Gladiator, but he wasn't like this kind of jovial in Gladiator.
Yeah, facts. He did have a little bit of it, but yeah, he wasn't like, nah, this dude. He
had some Mayne purple drink in him in this one.
Yeah. That's somebody you want. That's somebody you want to have some purple drink and a little bit of sativa with, and just kick it. That was hilarious, man. But I just thought, like, all around, man, like it was a refreshing take on Starlord, obviously, but it was the T'Challa vibe though, like just the way they incorporated it. Like even when my man realized that he had, the necklace and the power to control the ship with the necklace and all that, and he was fighting, and you got like the Wakanda motif in the background, you could hear the drums and shit. It's like, oh yeah, like it felt like Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's so dope about this show is like even episode 1 did this. Like you felt like you were watching an iteration of the first Avenger, and this felt like it would be like this felt like a Wakanda meets Guardians mashup. Like the whole thing was a dope setup, man. And so it's really refreshing to see that level of attention paid to the show because it just makes it that much more dope.
Right, most definitely. So speaking about that, like, so the Collector.
Yeah.
What did you get off of that? Like, I was having a hard time relating him with actual Benicio del Toro, although they look the same.
Yeah, like that didn't sound like
the
him.
Voice right. They do that. They do that when they do the voice recordings and they put that over. The voice comes out a little bit lighter at times, so it sounds a little bit different, which is why everybody's like, "Is that the same person?" Right. But it was like, I guess it's not even. It's like, I guess I hope this is the right term to use. Felicity, don't cancel me if I say the wrong word. But I guess he got to be a little more flamboyant than he usually is.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's a little more free and out there, but it was like not in it was in a party boy sense.
Right.
And it was like you get that vibe off of him in the movies, but it's like in the cartoon, they let my man like be all the way out. Plus they bossed him up with the level of like you look like my man, like I'm not really messing with the Collector. They even said he's not a person to mess with.
Right.
And it's like in the movie they made him more of a broker kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? He's the guy you go to because he's the Collector. He's got the stuff you need. And in this one, it's like, but if you fuck with him, he's gonna kick your ass at the
Pretty
same
much.
time.
Pretty much.
So
It
it
was-
was like, I don't know.
it was funny
what
to
did you
me.
think about it?
To me, man, like this, I thought I was watching this and I was like, if they were to make this dude in live action, it wouldn't. You couldn't. They'd have to go in a time capsule and go get like early 80s Ric Flair to play that role. Like that's
Right.
what I got. I got strong Ric Flair vibes from that dude.
Right.
Like that's who I was like thinking of, the way he was kind of like getting down and some of that stuff. I'm like, this dude is wild. Like this ain't the same collector by any stretch. Like my dude was on. He was on one, like straight up. But
Right.
it fit. Like it kind of fit.
It did, yeah.
Because again, when you juxtapose that against, as your word of the day, folks, you juxtapose that against Thanos and how you look
Yeah.
at what his character was in the Infinity Saga, and then you see this Thanos, and it's like, well, that's Thanos, but that ain't Thanos I remember. And it was the same thing.
Right.
It was the same thing with the Collector, where it made sense in this universe to where it played really well. So it was like, that's what's up. I'm with it.
Right.
If we get more episodes like that, I am going to be thoroughly satisfied with this joint.
Most definitely. So yeah, I'm definitely curious of how they're gonna handle the Killmonger episode.
Oh man, yeah. Especially
Because-
after seeing these first two, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah. Because that's going to be completely fresh. I mean,
Yes.
yes, this one was kind of fresh, but it's like you've not got to see a version of one like what would look like if Killmonger
Mhm.
had the same kind of principles, but on the good side of things,
Right.
and was friends with Tony Stark, and becomes the king. Like, there's a lot to unpack, and just looking at where they're trying to go with that episode and with that character.
doubt.
So I am extremely interested in seeing how they play that off. How did you feel though about how they did Nebula versus and like her relationship with Thanos?
I thought
Like,
it
they
was
gave her a Marilyn Monroe look.
yeah, a
though,
little
don't you
bit,
think?
right? Like I was trying to figure out what the vibe was that they were going for with her. I didn't have a problem with it because, like I said, in the context of what they were doing, it kind of fit. But it was just, I don't want to say it was like it took me out of it. It was just kind of like it took me a little bit to get adjusted to it. Took me a little bit to get because it was just, again, seeing her and remembering what she was like in the movies, and then you see this version, you're like, oh,
Right.
okay, I got you. Because it wasn't just the look, it was like the whole persona, like the whole thing
Right.
with her. What was the nickname she had for T'Challa? Cha-Cha. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Cha-cha.
So it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like they got the little pet names, kind of make you wonder, wait, was something going on there at one point? Like, what was that about? But it was just like the whole thing was dope, but it was just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna have to get used to this one a little bit. But it was dope
Right.
though. It was dope. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
everybody fit in the episode.
Most def. Yeah, I like the way that they changed that. It was a good opposite of what she actually is in the movie. You know, seeing a very insecure person seeking approval to a person who's extremely secure and doesn't want anyone's approval,
Right.
and to the point where she's even honest about the misdeeds that she's got going on. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, to even get in to get what they were
Yes.
after, it was like, yeah, I got this debt, and you know,
Pretty much.
your ass is on the line.
Right.
So you
Pretty
gonna help,
much.
you gonna help me out or what? What's the deal? And you know, it still worked out. So I liked how they switched that around. For like you said, for the whole episode, I will have to actually, and I reserve my tens. Okay, I reserve my tens. So I would at least give this a 9 for sure. 9.5. I get this a steady 9.5
Yeah.
for this episode. I will not even front. I did get about 0.5 on the Richter scale emotional when he returned home to Wakanda and he got to actually like see his dad. I was like, that's cool that his dad was still
Yeah.
at least alive in this iteration, to the point where my man, they got space travel just to go find him when he disappeared. Now,
Right.
if that ain't love, man,
Nah.
I don't know what is. Don't know.
Facts.
But I liked it. It was
Yeah,
good.
man. It was dope.
good.
It was dope.
What'd you rate it? What'd you give it?
I would give it. Oh, I hadn't even thought about a rating, but I would say about a 9.
Stop.
I'll go about a 9.
Oh, 9,
I'm
right?
still
Yeah,
I'm
see?
still holding out because I still want to see what we get. I reserve the right to come back to that 9 though. I reserve the right to come back to that 9 because I have
That's
a
good.
feeling. I have a feeling it's gonna end up being. I have a feeling we're gonna get some episodes that's gonna blow that out the water.
Yeah. I want to hold and reserve the right to say that this isn't the best episode, but I may come back to that, pending on how they do certain other episodes. So I agree with that.
No doubt.
Definite.
No doubt.
And I guess we can end on this. What did you think about the end there, where they had Ego, the Living Planet, show up and picking up Peter Quill himself?
Number one, I was like, I see you, DQ. I see you.
Right.
Trying to get in there and get that, trying to get that sponsorship money. I saw you. Trying to get that Blizzard though. Them joints be on off the chain, man. But
yeah, they do.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, man. Like it was a nice little play on it. That was one where even in that little bit, I was like, that don't feel like Quill. Like just for that split second that we saw him mopping up the joint, I was like, I'm glad we went with T'Challa. Like this ain't hidden. But it was an interesting little through line because if they decide to continue that story, it'll be interesting to see where they take it from there. Right. Straight up.
Right. That could totally lead to something that is a season 2 worthy thing.
Yeah.
Cause see, this is how I kind of picture it. It's like, and I'm pretty sure they won't do this, but it is a show that you could get away with doing because of what it is. But they could very easily make season 2 about something that has nothing to do with the first season.
Exactly.
And it would still be okay because of the title. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, again, I think for bringing in normies, for satisfying certain swarmies, and for at least giving the sweaties something new to view, they'll probably still tie it all together just because it's easier and simpler for everyone to follow.
Yeah.
So, but it'd be dope, man. It would be dope. But hey, you know what else I know is dope?
What is that?
That Eternals trailer.
Is it though?
It's actually really dope.
Is it? Because I have not seen it.
Oh, have you not?
I see. This is where we were on the same page again. Because when you told me that I should watch it, I was like, "No, we'll just watch it on stream."
Yeah, I already knew you would do that.
And then
totally,
you said,
that's why I watched it.
Are we watching any of them on? And I was like, you know what? I think we will.
I think we will.
What do you think? What do y'all think,
people? What do y'all think?
What do y'all think? Should we run the Eternals trailer? What you think?
Well, let's get some ones if you think we should. Some twos if you was like, nah, it's not that good. What do you think?
What do you think?
Let's see what the people say. Blah 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 blah. Oh man. Coming
I see
in strong.
ones. I see ones.
I see a bunch of ones. I even see Mr. Ratcatcher 2-1. So, yeah.
Well then.
See some Unos in there.
I suppose.
You got to draw. You got to pick one now. Second player.
All right then. Well then, I suppose.
I guess we gonna do it.
We need to get on into this damn thing.
Yeah, man. Let's do it, man.
Let's get this space out the way. And let's do it.
Nice. I feel like I'm in the theater all of a sudden.
There you go.
We're gonna have the IMAX show up.
Oh wait, this is the wrong one. Look at that.
Oh no.
We went to the wrong one. Wait a minute. Go back. We gonna do that later. Much better.
Here we go.
5 years ago, Thanos erased half of the
blocking us. We
population
can't
of the
see it on
universe.
screen.
But the people of this planet
It's all good. It'll make it easier for when we do the breakdown.
back with the snap of a finger. The sudden return of the population
It was up there a moment ago.
provided the necessary energy for the emergence to begin.
No, can't see it.
Hold on. Let's see if
we can
maybe
work out
if I minimize it. Maybe
There
we
you
can
go.
that way and do it. Let's run it back. They straight up blocking me.
5 years ago, Thanos
Mayne.
erased half of the population of the universe.
I don't know why. It won't
But
work.
when you pause it, you can see it.
Right. Well, look, let me tell
But when
you.
you play it, hey, why don't you where you at? Where you at watching this?
This is all on YouTube.
You're actually on Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess we may have to go elsewhere to watch it.
Let's try that.
You think? Gotta be
5
better,
years
people.
ago, Thanos erased half of
Now it's still down. There we go.
the population
There
of
we
the
go.
universe. But the people of this planet
Yeah.
brought everyone back.
Hold on.
with
Run
the
that back
snap
one more
of a-
time. Because what did she say?
Oh yeah, she admitted it.
5 years ago, Thanos erased half of the population of the universe.
Oh, okay.
But the people of this planet brought everyone back with
Is
a
it still
snap
not
of a
showing?
finger. The sudden return of
I
the
don't know why they ain't
population
playing.
They ain't
provided
playing
the
with us.
necessary energy for the
Maybe we need to hit
emergence
them
begin.
goals. Maybe we need to get them 1,000 subscribers. Get them watch hours in. Might be what we need to do.
7 days.
My man Icarus don't look happy about that though.
No, it doesn't.
We're Eternals.
Hmm.
We came here 7,000 years ago
7,000,
to
huh?
protect humans from the deviants.
Why didn't you guys help fight Thanos? Or any war, all the other terrible things throughout history?
We were instructed not to interfere in any human conflicts unless deviants are involved.
By who?
Yeah. Let's let Alan do it. Cause he ain't seen it.
We need to find the others.
He don't know nothing about
I
it.
haven't seen some of them for centuries.
Hello.
This is what the end of the world looks like. At least we
Our
have front
birthday
row
week.
seats.
It's gonna look
You
really
know what's
nice.
never saved the planet? Your sarcasm.
We've loved these people since the day we arrived. When you love something, you protect it. Protect it.
Okay.
He got the DNA, God. Yeah.
You can't protect. Any
Right.
of them.
I bet you've built the perfect safe house. I mean, what's this even made of? Vibranium?
No, man.
Fall collection. IKEA.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right then.
All right. So,
All right.
what you can try to do, if you want to try to go back and break it down with that, you might have to mute it or turn it down really low
Okay. Let's
and then
try.
refresh the page.
All right. I'm with the hack.
Hey, that might
Okay.
work. I don't know, people. I don't know.
Let's see.
We gonna see.
We gonna see. Yeah, it's playing on here, but it ain't playing on the.
It still ain't. They ain't playing with
They are
us.
not playing at all.
To the mains do
Mhm.
not have access yet.
What is this? What is this?
What is these?
What is
I
this?
don't know. Some bestsellers. We got Michael Caine here. This
Yeah.
probably says never
You know,
really well.
right, right.
Never.
Hey,
And then
well,
he's
look.
gonna abandon you.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I am now hyped for this movie.
See? Like, why
I'm-
wasn't this the first trailer?
Thank you, because this
Like,
is what this makes me go. Okay, I'm with this. I'm with
the
this.
show.
Definitely with this.
Yeah,
This looks-
this was much better.
This looks crazy.
Yeah, and they
Like-
answer, or they at least ask and kind of answer the question of why didn't they help
Right.
when Thanos was around? Like everybody's been asking. But I feel there's a couple misdirects
Okay.
in this trailer.
Tell me about it. Tell
I
me
feel like
about it.
there are a couple.
Talk to me.
So that's one. That's one of them. When she's asked, "How come you guys didn't step in when Thanos did something?" She's like, "Oh, we couldn't because they told us not to." And then they flash over to the Celestial. I feel like that's part of the misdirect because one, we all know that Thanos is like half deviant. So if a deviant stepped in and did something, why didn't you?
Mhm.
I feel like that's a misdirect because maybe they had some kind of deal with the deviants. Because you see Angelina Jolie, she's kind of entangled up with one of them. And he's like, you can't save any of them. I feel like her character, for what I know, her character is supposed to kind of like, or at least does, betray them in ways, and that's how it goes. Where they don't know each other for centuries, why they go their separate ways or whatever. It's kind of on purpose.
Got you.
And I think it's a deal that she maybe has with the Celestials. I mean, excuse me, with the Deviants against the other Celestials.
Gotcha.
For whatever reason.
I follow.
And then in the end of that, because of what she said in the beginning about the whole there's the threat, the Celestial or whatever, that they got 7 days that they have to defeat or whatever. I feel it's a little bit bigger than that. It's because of, like she said, with the snap gave that energy.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be one. There's one that's supposed to be in the earth or whatever, that's supposed to come out, and it's kind of rumored that it's like in the Wakanda region. That's why that they have that vibranium over there. It was supposed to be like a conduit for the energy for that. So when that snap happened, it's supposed to be enough energy for their experiment, because that's what they're supposed to be sent there for, because they're supposed to be guarding that seedling, and they're guarding it against the deviants in a way, for at least in the MCU version. So she's not alluding to any of that. The fact that their original mission is supposed to be to make sure that this experiment goes how it's supposed to go. Now that we got the Thanos snap bringing the energy back to bring back that Celestial, that's also going to cue whatever other Celestials are alive to come and judge the planet. And if the MCU kind of stays true to how this is supposed to be, at least 3 Celestials should show up. It's supposed to be the one we saw in the Guardians. He's the first one that should show up. He's the Judgment Celestial. I forget his name, but I'm pretty sure somebody's going to earn some points here in the chat for telling me which Judgment. Oh, look at that. Second player's trying to be on it. Trying to be on it already. Yeah, Trev. T-Rev's usually the first one to come up.
I see him.
Right, but that one, he's the one that's supposed to see the experiment, win or not. I don't think it's gonna be based on like, did humans are humans good or bad? Like some people had those types of theories, like because we already know that they're supposed to come back and kind of that's their purpose to judge. It's not really the judgment on the humans and what they're doing. It's really the judgment on the experiment that's a Celestial that's supposed to be sleeping in the earth. In the end, spoiler alert, which ain't really a spoiler alert, we can already assume that whatever the threat is, they beat it, because everybody's still alive, planet ain't going nowhere, and the fact that WandaVision and things like Captain America, all that stuff happens with, the Winter Soldier, all that happens after this. Now, like this is taking place during Endgame, and those are like weeks and months out, and nobody mentions it. Not even on the sideline, like, yo, remember that Celestial? Like, there's no mention of it whatsoever. So I feel like the spell that I think it's Cersei, but the spell that she uses to wipe everybody's minds, she just did that again to where the whole world just doesn't remember what happened. But that doesn't mean it's not as catastrophic as it might sound.
No doubt.
And they have to beat it that way. So yeah, that's the Eternals for you guys. That's it.
So let me see in the chat. Let us know what you get at trailer and what you think the movie's gonna be. So I want to see number. Give me your trailer rating, and right now where you think Eternals as a movie is gonna sit. That trailer, I give that trailer a solid 8.5. That's when I want you to give me a reason to want to go see a movie, particularly in the theater.
Yeah.
That now I will want to go see Eternals at the theater. And as for what I think the movie will be, I'm gonna put the movie at about a 7.5, and that's only because I'm reserving judgment, because I can see it fluctuating 1.5 in either direction.
Right. So on that, the small bit of conversation that I was coming up and thinking of is like, so they say it's the final trailer, so obviously that means no more trailers after this one. But does that mean that they're gonna try to make sure that this movie is released when it's supposed to be released in November, like hell or high water, despite what's going on out here in these streets?
The hope. That is the hope, right?
And how do you think that that's gonna fare versus Shang-Chi? So Shang-Chi, of course, we get in the next couple of weeks. So far, I've heard a lot of people, like even Campia. Campia is like he's about to go see it the third time.
Oh damn!
This other the other chick, I think her name's Catherine, on the show. She was like, somebody else was trying to get a ticket off her. She was like, yeah, if we could switch bodies, sure. That's like the most politest no I've ever heard on any kind of podcast.
That's hilarious.
So apparently Shang-Chi is supposed to be really good for those who's been able to screen it early. So, but versus how it is out in these streets with these box offices, how do you think that Shang-Chi is going to fare, and how do you think Eternals will fare?
Are we talking domestic or worldwide? Because I think Shang-Chi might get. I think Shang-Chi worldwide might take a dip because of the backlash it's getting in China.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say about that.
Right.
But I think, domestically, I think Shang-Chi will hit better than the Eternals because everybody likes a good kung fu flick. And even though, Shang-Chi is going to have a whole lot more elements than just that, I think people are going to want to go see that movie for that reason. Right. And we're, right now, we're kind of in the like right on the end of summer. So you still like summer Labor Day, kind of like in that, that little pocket. So I think you got a better chance of people getting out. Who knows what it's going to be like come November? You know what I'm saying? Like I would want to say on the strength of what I've seen from this Eternals movie or the trailer, I'll say that I think people are sleeping on this movie now. I think people are definitely sleeping on Eternals, but it's gonna be it's really just gonna depend on where we are, bro. Like it's gonna really depend on what the state of people going to the movies and that whole situation is come November. If all things are considered equal, I still think Shang-Chi might do a little bit better than Eternals, just because I think that's more of that movie's more accessible for people than Eternals might be. Like Eternals seems like it's gonna be a dope movie, but it looks like it's gonna be a movie for sweaties. Like for the MCU sweaties. Like that movie's gonna be one of those, okay, I've seen every Marvel movie and those are gonna be the people to get the most out of that. Whereas I think Shang-Chi will be a movie where you could never have seen an MCU movie and not know what the hell you're watching and still get a good time out of that.
Right.
So that's the way I kind of see it going with those two. But I think when you from a review standpoint, they'll probably be neck and neck. And it's just gonna be a matter of like taste, a matter of preference. What about you?
I got you.
What you think?
I'm kind of the opposite a little bit. I really don't think. I don't think Shang-Chi is gonna do better than Eternals. I think it'll of course do better than Black Widow. But not by much.
Really?
And I really think so because the representation. The fact that you have your Asian lead, and that's awesome. It's the same thing for like when Black Panther came out.
Facts.
For the Black community,
Big
a lot
facts.
of people are really into it because of the you got that representation, and like you said, everybody likes kung fu movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think of course going to do a little bit better than Black Widow because even though it's out of time, it's not Black Widow kind of out of time. You know what I mean? It's like we should have got Black Widow phase 2. This is coming to explain kind of in league with what's going on with the Eternals. It's like, okay, they're talking about that 5-year gap as well. They might explain that a little bit more, so you get to actually see what it was like during this 5-year gap with Shang-Chi.
Mm-hmm.
So the story is kind of interesting, and then some of what you see in the trailer has been dope. But I really don't see it doing no better than like maybe 40 million.
Wow.
At the box office. That's a good even number. I think it'll do anywhere between that, like 40 and 50.
So what did
But I
Black
don't
Widow
really
do?
give it too much for that. I don't know off top, but I can figure that out.
Let's find out.
Fast.
That
sure.
might be new standards, but that seemed low.
Well, I guess it is new standards because we're used to hearing like the 100 millions or whatever the case on that. And we're not really in that space just yet. But I'm thinking, so what I'm seeing here as a finishing box office for that is 368.4 million.
Yeah,
as a finishing. But for the opening, let's see what she got on the opening.
Yeah,
she did good on the opening, but of course that number is really low.
Oh yeah, compared, by comparison for sure. But that 368 for where it sits at right now,
total where it is
total,
right now.
that sounds about right for a movie that drops in in the pandy times. So, that makes sense.
So and Trev's right. It's about 79 to 80 million U.S. opening.
U.S. opening. Yeah.
I think Shang-Chi will probably hit maybe in the same bracket, if not a little higher.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm with you on that. I am with you on that. But that's the thing is, I don't think I think Eternals will be one that comes in at like well, put it this way. Eternals is going to be a slow burn, I think. And what I mean by that is it might not come out and do the numbers that like Black Widow and Shang-Chi do that first weekend, but it's going to be one of them word of mouth joints where it'll probably have a strong showing going through the holidays if they keep it in the movie theaters that long, because it'll have that, if it's as good as that trailer looks, it's going to have that appeal where you're going to want to go back and see that, you know, more than once, or that word of mouth where people who probably weren't necessarily up on going to see that in the theater are going to want to go see it because they'll hear that, nah, you got to go see that joint in the theater. Like that's where I see it kind of playing out with the Eternals. I don't think it'll have, you know, I don't think they'll close like 500 million or anything like that. I don't think either one of those movies will get to that point.
No, I don't think either one of these movies are going to be like box office hits, even for our standards right now with these movies. Like,
Right.
I give them both about an 80 open, if not a little lower.
Yeah.
Like, to be completely honest,
I'm
if
with
not
you.
a little lower. I think a lot of people were still kind of anticipated for see Black Widow, despite the time it was like, shut up about it, just give it to us.
Yeah.
So of course that's why, you know, that was a big thing too. But
it also
I mean,
dropped in the summer, and I think, you know,
yeah, which I could see that, because that makes perfect sense to me, because that means like everybody who was really into wanting to see that movie saw it within the first week that it came out.
Facts.
And everybody who was like, I'm meh about that movie, I'll catch it whenever.
Facts.
That's why it dipped. I'm not surprised whatsoever about that. But Shang-Chi, Eternals, to me, should climb each week. Like you're saying, they should be doing, they like trying to compare these two movies to a Black Widow is kind of like, we can, because it's one of the first Marvel movies to try to come out, but at the same time, this is the first fresh Marvel movie to go see. This
let me ask you this question then. Let me ask you this question. Are these movies, both Shang-Chi and Eternals, what tier would you put these movies on in when you talk at MCU? And I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Let's say top tier MCU movie is anything Avengers. Let's say Endgame, Age of Ultron. That's top tier.
Right.
That next tier, A plus. I think that next tier is gonna be, let's say the Iron Mans, the Captain Americas. I wouldn't put Thor there, to be honest with you. Like, I wouldn't put Thor on that second tier. Me personally, I would say, you know, Cap, Iron Man, Black Panther.
That's fair. They be A.
Yeah, they're A's.
A for a single.
For
single.
And then right up under that would then be Thor. Who am I forgetting?
Iron Man.
Guardians.
2.
Yeah, Thor, Guardians.
Iron Man 2.
No, Iron Man 2's down there, bro. Nah, it's
it's
like
down there.
But I'm saying, like, just in tier, like, you got your, because I feel like you got your Ant-Mans and your Guardian movies.
Yeah, those are your.
Then you got your A-list Avenger movies, your Iron Mans. I guess you could put Thor in there. I mean, the first two movies were a little bit lackluster, but Thor's up there because Love and Thunder is gonna be that movie. Like, I'm convinced. Like, I don't give a damn what you say. Thor, Love and Thunder is gonna be that movie.
Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be a really great movie.
I have a side note question I'm gonna ask you in a minute, but I want to get your answer on this first. So based on that, where would you slot Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in that?
I would actually put Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness at least, it would have to be at least an A.
Okay, fair. Exactly.
At very least an A.
On the same page.
Considering what they say is going to be in it.
Far from, No Way Home.
No Way Home had better be A++ with all this hype, everything that everybody's waiting for with the trailer. Like No Way Home.
Got you.
That'd make me really, like, when I walk out the theaters, I'm ending up somewhere else. I better not find No Way Home with how good that movie was, because I'm gonna want to talk to somebody about it. It better be that damn good.
So
all I'm saying.
I'm a little bit less on it. I think it goes in that A slot. I'm still gonna say it's right there neck and neck with Doctor Strange. But the reason I asked that question is because I want to know then, based on that, where do you slot the three movies we were just talking about? Black Widow, Shang-Chi, and Eternals.
So Black Widow, although it was a good nostalgia piece.
Is Black Widow Iron Man 2? Or Captain Marvel?
See, I didn't mind Captain Marvel.
Neither did I.
I still would even put Captain Marvel. I would actually put all of these movies on a B. on the B level.
Cool. I got you.
Like, to be honest,
That-
like I think, and
yeah.
they have the opportunity to be like a B plus.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're ever gonna. I don't think these movies are gonna hit A
Yes.
or A plus level.
That's
to be
exactly
honest.
where I'm at with it. That's exactly where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
I feel like these movies will do well, considering, like, in the context of where we are right now, they'll do well, but they're still not going to be the movies that they won't have the return that we're used to with, like, these big budget, the top tier MCU movies. And that's the thing that, like, I think we need to keep in mind once we start to see these numbers. Like, if they do come in a little bit low, or if the numbers are kind of like neck and neck with Black Widow, I don't think we can say, oh, that's not a success, or
Right.
oh, is MCU
Right.
in trouble? Nah, man, we still talking about, like, movies that are introducing new players to the mix. We ain't started talking about, we
Right.
ain't got to the heavy hitters yet. You know what I'm saying? We got to
Right,
get there, and then I'll start getting worried. You know, it's the same thing
Right.
that we said about Loki. Like, when we got the first two shows, and we were like, I don't know about this, man. And then it was like, if Loki flopped, then we got a problem.
Right.
Loki
right.
ain't flopped though.
No.
Loki ain't even
No,
come close
man.
to flopping. So that's what
No.
I'm saying. Like, I think regardless of where we end up with Shang-Chi and Eternals, as long as when we get to Doctor Strange, we get to No Way Home, as long as them shits is fire, I'm gonna be like, you know what, MCU, y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Right. Right. Yeah. Especially with the space that we're in and everything. It's just they're still doing pretty good. They're doing out of the best out of so far a lot of movies that have released.
Mhm.
Which makes me wonder why Sony's the one that's worried. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
the fact that we're even throwing No Way Home in there, that's not technically a Marvel Studios movie. That is a Sony movie. So it's like they delayed Venom, and
Mhm.
now we're kind of like worried that might mean that they may want to delay No Way Home, which is the reason why
We
nobody
ain't
got a trailer yet.
Exactly.
Right. So do you think that could be put to rest if maybe we get a No Way Home trailer attached to the official Shang-Chi release?
If so, yes,
Shang-Chi.
that'll shut people up, because then you'll be like, okay, especially if they put a release date to it. Like, if you go see Shang-Chi and they give you a No Way Home trailer with a release date on it, that means they saying, you know what, we rolling. Because
Right.
barring some crazy change in where we are, I don't see them delaying that movie much longer, because they know I think they have a timeline they're trying to stick with right now.
Right.
And they need to cash in on the Loki momentum, like that.
Right.
They want
Yes.
you want to keep people on that wave. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we
Right.
got What If right now, so as long as you continue to kind of roll out this content, you can still kind of ride that momentum from Loki right on into your next big thing. But you gotta give people a reason to stay checked in, because the moment people get sidetracked, it's not to say they won't come back, but it's like, yeah, then that's going to take a hit. Like, if you start delaying it, then that's going to delay, or that's going to hinder the impact
Mm-hmm.
of
It's gonna slow
how
down
those
that
movies
momentum,
hit.
man.
Yeah, man.
You don't want
Yeah.
to slow down that momentum.
Nah, you
at
can't do
all.
that. Can't do that.
Not at all. To tie it all back in, let me say that I am excited to see when we finally get to Galactus and that kind of story, because the fact that they even cut to show the Celestials and they're
Right.
not a puff of cloud of smoke with little tendrils coming out of them, claiming that they're the most omnipotent being in the universe. The fact that we actually got to see a Celestial that looks like it's going to be huge, 'cause they're
Right.
supposed to be like larger than the damn planet. They're supposed to be able to crush it with their hands type, even though they can shapeshift and, do all
Right.
that types of stuff. They always stay in some kind of opposing form. Maybe we'll get to pay off the
Mhm.
celestial head that's floating out there nowhere. Maybe we'll get to see how that came about and why we have a dead celestial.
Yes.
That would be dope to be able to finally get some
Yes.
context
Let
on
me
that.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Pay
like
that
more
off,
than Budapest.
please.
Like, I would really like to know.
Yeah, because that
what's the
Budapest
deal
thing
with
was a
that?
letdown like a mug. That was such a letdown. All that build
very
up,
much.
and that's what we got.
Right. Yeah.
Not bueno.
Let's not.
Not
Let's not do
it's
that.
not
though. But
gangsta.
no, not at all.
But,
But yeah, it would be nice to get all that, and for the like I said, the fact that we get to see these Celestials, I can't wait to see what they do with Galactus.
no
for
doubt.
sure.
But speaking of gangster with a capital stuff, what about that Visions trailer, bro? What about?
Oh yeah,
What about Visions,
Visions was dope.
bruh?
Actually, like I'm actually
Visions,
wanting
though.
to catch Visions.
Visions, though, like,
Yeah,
like Visions was just like Visions was like the equivalent of just like bars.
right.
Like Vision made me feel like Star Wars might be back. If they can ride this wave, if they can figure out, you know what, man, damn that. We're gonna see if we can make this work this time. Cause I gotta see that again. I got to see that, man. Please. We're gonna try and see if we can work it out this time. We had Wallace working on the changes for a minute.
Mhm.
Let's see if we can make this work one time for your mind.
We're gonna try it
何百年
again.
も前のことよ。
Hey,
時
you can
代
see
いう
this one.
偉大な戦士がこの星にやってきて、うちの祖先がこの宝刀を託される。その刀は常に全力で支え合う。そいつはお前のもんじゃ。
Let's go, bruh. That music, though.
お前は生まれた時から
Yeah.
フォースに導かれていたのだ。
この時を待っていた。
このような闇と初めて対峙した。闇を感じた。
Bruh.
This whole thing was dope.
いつかちゃんと家族になれるから。
最高のライブにしよう。フォースと共にあらんことを。
That just looks. That's fly right there, man.
謹んでお受けします。
Right. It's
Man,
fire.
what?
Hey, so that was so
What?
nice. I'm gonna let you do it twice, and go ahead and see if you can find that English dub version.
Oh my God.
Because people in here say they've seen it a million times, won't mind seeing it a million
Hey,
more.
well, let's do it then.
If we can find that English dub one, I mean, pretty sure she said they said go crazy, go out your mind.
Long ago,
There
a
you go.
great
That's the one I
warrior
see.
came to this village and entrusted our ancestors with this. Its power and responsibility now lie with you.
Right, every time.
Like, come on, man. Like, time out. I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
Yeah, we can totally pause and break it down
this
this time.
shit up. Bruh, wait a minute.
Right.
What?
That's what got me.
What? Like,
That's what got me.
what? Come on, man. Like, are you taking notes?
Right. Like how
Oh.
in tune with the force do you got to be
Oh,
to be
bruh,
able to
like,
do that?
Where
I didn't even
was
think that
this
was possible.
shit? Where was this shit?
In the vault,
This
man.
should have been all over the sequel trilogy, bruh. Like, this should have been
Oh,
all
okay.
over the sequel trilogy.
So this reminds me of a question that I had for you when I seen it. Like some of the elements in here to me kind of look like
The way-
they.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you gonna compare this to
You
something
ain't-
else?
You ain't supposed to do that.
Are you comparing this to something else?
Yes, I am.
What are you comparing it to?
I was comparing it to something that apparently didn't have a plan.
Oh no, okay. I thought you was going
Okay,
somewhere
what'd you think? Did you
else.
think
No,
Ghosts?
no, not Ghost. I got
or the Matrix.
no, not the Matrix.
I get strong Animatrix vibes from this too. But no,
Yeah, Animatrix, yeah, but no, there's a specific property. There's a specific IP that as soon as I saw this trailer, I lost my shit. But I want you to finish. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Go ahead, finish.
But the question was, do you think that this is, because it's non-canon, do you think that this is kind of them doing a better way at telling the story about Rey, but making it seem as if it's got nothing to do with the other?
No. What I think this is going to become is what Star Wars will become in the next, I'd say, 10 years.
Okay.
Because what this is to me is this is kind of the what if formula, but in more deliberate form. Like what if is a part of a narrative, and we know that it's already got a purpose. But like we said, if any of these characters in what if pop off and the fans like it, we'll get to see them not necessarily just in the next season or in more episodes, but those characters might pop up on the live on the silver screen. Like they may actually show up in a movie. Like you said, Captain Carter could show up in Multiverse of Madness or something like that. You know what I'm saying? What I think's happening with this show is this is a test to see what Star Wars fans will accept from Star Wars. And that if people respond to this in a positive way or in a positive enough way, then when we get that post-sequel trilogy shit that we asking about, this is going to be the vibe. And I think this is them testing to see, can people get down with Star Wars on this level?
Oh yeah.
And I'm here to
I feel
tell
like
you
Star Wars should be on this level.
And I'm here to tell you, hell yes, you can. Like,
please.
That's it, man.
Yes.
Like, that's it. Like, that. I just need that. Man, keep it going, man. I'm getting hot now. Ooh, keep it going.
You've been guided by the Force since you were born.
At last, the moment arrives.
Time out.
That right. Yes.
Time out, bruh.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I ain't go back. Hold on. Hold on. Right? What?
Yes.
What?
It's the first time I've confronted such darkness. Something ancient and sinister.
Come,
like, what?
Bro, look at this shit. Come on.
Like, that was dope.
We're going to
That was like some silly bitch. Your weapons cannot harm me.
Right. I got the sabers with
Got these sabers with me. Oh.
フォースと共にあらんこと。
Come on, man. Time out. Wait a minute. What was this shit? Somebody explain to me what this is. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold up. What's that?
I don't know. You're the sweaty. Why don't you theorize and tell me?
Oh man, they playing with my emotions with this trailer, bro.
Because it sounds like something I'd be familiar with, but I'd botch it if I tried.
Well,
to
no,
figure it out.
them is obviously twins.
Right. Yeah.
It's obviously twins.
Right.
And we know Luke and Leia. Now I know I'm not saying this is gonna tie into Luke and Leia or anything like that, but one of the things that we talked about, and you just mentioned it, was them maybe trying to give us a more stylized version of the sequel trilogy or whatnot. Damn all that. Can they be the ones to go find Rey's lightsaber she buried?
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Can we just make it happen?
This is what we.
I don't even know who the hell
we was kind of
I
talking
don't even know
about.
who the hell these babies is. I don't know who Baby Z's is. We get Maury in here and find out. I don't give a damn. But like, I need like all this. Oh man. Like, this trailer was so perfect.
I accept this responsibility.
Turn up.
This is just making me wonder because they're giving us so many action scenes in this. It's like, how action packed is this?
Man.
Is this whole thing really? Does anybody know how many episodes this is supposed to be? Like,
They said it. Well, it
How
says
much are we
9
getting?
stories. So is that 9?
9 stories?
Is that over the course of just those of 9 episodes, or like somebody like I need to? I ain't gonna lie.
Right,
I've been
that's what I'm saying.
sleeping. I was straight sleeping on this up until this most recent trailer. I saw the other trailer. I was like, yeah, it'll be cool. I'm with it. But that trailer just changed some things.
Right.
That
But I'm-
trailer just woke. That trailer made some. That
Yeah.
that shit. Okay, so
That's-
now I'm
that's
gonna
it.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you what I.
Okay, yeah. What were you thinking?
The moment I started watching that trailer, and I'm not a big anime person. Like I like anime. I think it's dope, but I'm not somebody that watches a lot of anime or anything like that. But the first damn thing I thought about when I saw that trailer was Afro Samurai.
Ah, okay.
And bruh,
Gotcha.
I didn't watch Afro Samurai an obscene amount
I'm
because
sure.
I loved
yeah,
that
Afro
shit.
Samurai.
I loved Afro Samurai. I was so mad it was only 2 seasons of that. And it was like, I can
Yeah.
remember saying, they need to do this shit with Star Wars.
And well, there you go. Took them years. Took them forever. But they finally did it.
I mean, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. This actually makes me want to go see, because I'm pretty sure this isn't the first iteration of Star Wars to ever be put in an anime style. And this kind of makes me want to go search and find those properties. I'm sure other things exist.
Yeah.
And this is the type of stuff that would actually make someone like me actually pay attention to Star Wars. If I got it in more of this kind of a form, it would at least make me more interested in watching whatever movie they come out with too. Even if, of course, it's not the same format, it would still pull me in that direction and want to be interested in just Star Wars, period, just to see what they're doing with it on that kind of level. So
Yes.
I'm really hoping, although they're saying it's not canon to any of the actual Star Wars timeline stuff, it would be dope if it had its own continuity.
Yes. No, absolutely.
That's something I would totally be into. Actually, out of more than most of the properties that I'm hearing are coming out that are supposed to be canon, like this is something I'm most likely going to tune into more.
I'm gonna tell you.
Maybe Ahsoka. I probably watch Ahsoka.
I'm gonna tie this. I'm gonna bring this full circle. And this just came to me. Boy, let me tell you. So somebody just saw, I think it was Ash. Yes, Tamira Morrison is voicing Boba in this shit too. Like, let's go. Like, so it's not canon, right? We've already know that it's not canon.
No Nick.
That's fine. But
no gigolos. Bunch of hoes.
What have we been talking about, or what have I been talking about Star Wars and what I want to see going forward? That they move beyond
be evil.
That part, that too, and tell me an evil Grogu wouldn't fit in that.
I'm down.
Tell me an evil Grogu wouldn't fit in that style, man.
Right. Oh yeah, that.
Come on,
shit.
Come on, but I've been saying I want to see what they do with Star Wars beyond the Skywalker saga.
Right.
And one of the things that's been rumored, and people saw, I don't know if people saw the news, but the idea is that people feel like, started to be some rumors and whispers that season 3 of Mando might dive into something called Heir to the Empire. And that we might get that Thrawn arc by way of Mando, and that's where they could be going with Mandalorian and possibly even beyond the sequel trilogy. I'm here for that. But what I'm also here for is for another conversation we were talking about was like the whole Thrawn and Ezra joint. And where's Ezra been? And I talked about this with the homie Normies, the nerds. Shout out. We chopped it up about this earlier this week. Appreciate you having your boy on. But we talked about the idea of shit. Now I done lost my train of thought that fast. Because I'm getting geeked up, man. Look,
right.
but what the hell was we talking about? I said, I'm serious. I just straight lost it. It was right there. Yes, The sequel trilogy and moving
Yes.
moving beyond that, yes. And we talked about Ezra. That's where I was going. We talked about Ezra and we talked about Thrawn, and like me wanting to see a situation where Ezra and Thrawn were somewhere out in the unknown region in a different galaxy or something like that, and that maybe they run into like the Yusak Vong or something like that in a different universe. That trailer need to be the different universe.
Yes.
This is what I
That'd be what's
meant
up.
when I said I want to see them take the lid off the Force. That's taking the lid off the Force right there. Like they show me somewhere where they using the Force like that, where it's like Ezra come back and like, I done seen some shit that'll turn you white. That's what I want. That's what I want right there. Show me that. Give me
sounds
that.
like Titans meet Star Wars right there.
I'm
He came
trying
back.
to tell you. Yes. I need that in my life in like all kinds of ways. Cause man, like just the sheer like just ridiculousness of that trailer. Like that's Star Wars turned up to 11, bro. Like that's you don't think about seeing like I ain't see the closest we saw to that was my dude Star Killer in The Force Unleashed.
Oh yeah.
That's the closest we've gotten to that in live action.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of try to dabble with that shit in the sequel trilogy, but wasn't nobody doing nothing like that. My man stopped the lightsaber in his hands like, nah, bro, we ain't doing that today.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Yeah.
she took I said, look, Kylo stopped the boat. Now, when Kylo stopped the boat, let's be clear, I thought that shit was dope as hell. But she stopped the boat and sent that motherfucker back like, nah, bruh, and keep the change.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying, man? Like, that's what I want to see with Star Wars, man. It is designed to be fantastical. It is designed to take us to a place, and that's what you have to do in, like now. Like, yeah, back in like 30, 40 years ago, like laser swords and space wizards was dope. But like as many IPs as we got now where people is doing stuff out, you got to turn it up.
Right.
You got to turn up. And I really do think that's what they trying to do with Visions, man.
So here's the question on a comparison. So we got What If, and then we have them doing versions of Visions. And so far out of both of these properties, even from trailers, it looks like you're getting a lot more of the types of things that you're asking for. Does it cheapen it for you at all that they're doing it in animation and versus live action?
No,
Or is it
because
better for you that way.
I actually don't mind it either way as long as it's executed beautifully. And so, like, Fred, I'll give you a perfect example. Clone Wars season 7, and the Ahsoka Maul fight, or even better example was the Obi-Wan Maul fight in Rebels. You know, people said, I wish we could have got that live action. I gave 0 flips about it being animated because the way that it was presented, the way that it was animated, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was incredible, and I was cool with that. Same thing with the Ahsoka Vader fight in season 2 of Rebels. I was cool with that. Season 7, I spoke on that. I was cool with that because animated or not, as long as you kind of have that suspension of disbelief and you're really immersed in it, I don't give a damn what the medium is because it's no different. When I watch an animated series, I'm not. I know that I'm watching an animated series, but I'm not judging it because it's animated. You know what I mean? And that I actually prefer that in some instances because it looks more realistic in some cases. Like for example, watching Yoda watching Yoda fight Dooku was dope as hell, but in live action it just didn't look realistic because you've got the CGI puppet like flipping around and shit, and it's like it just kind of looked off. But if you'd have done that joint animated, like it would have had it would have hit a whole lot different. So I don't have a problem with it being animated. Now I will say I don't want it all to be animated. Like I want them to kind of, if animation is the way you have to introduce it, like find a way next to then bring that to live action, because I think that's how you turn up what we just saw is by going, all right, now we're going to show you that in live action or show you something similar to that in live action. So I really do. I think that these stories that we're going to have are not going to be directly connected to Star Wars canon, but these elements, this is a test run, man, because I can't imagine that they are doing this strictly for the love. Like they nah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
even if they started that way, the response that they're gonna get from this shit, the way people are gonna lose their shit when Visions is gonna start a movement, bro. Like, and I know it sounds like I'm capping, but like, you gotta understand, man. Like, this is what Star Wars sweaties have been begging for. Right. Like, damn, I didn't realize. Like I said, I saw the first trailer, but it didn't hit me like this, man. I don't know if it was the music. This was like a masterclass in putting the trailer together, bro, because they made sure to hit all of the right notes. The soundtrack was dope because it had a nice little hybrid feel to it. You had the vibe of it was dope. The seriousness of some of it was there. You still got some of the playful undertone, but just the level of just like sauce. They got all the sauce. Visions then took all the sauce.
Visions then took all the sauce.
Visions then took all the sauce, bro. Like,
you know how it is with that sauce.
Yeah, man, because you know damn well if you ain't got the sauce, then motherfucker, that's your loss, son. Man, Visions did it for me, bro. Like, can y'all tell I'm hyped? Can you tell? I ain't been this hyped for Star Wars in a minute. I don't think I wasn't this hyped when Luke showed up.
I was just about to say that
I wasn't this hyped when Luke
hype.
showed up, bro. Like, this is, whoo, boy. Like, just watching it again and just, that.
What do you think, man? Think we should take it to some conversation libation and see if anybody else is inside the chats feeling as excited about this and other properties as you are, man?
Just before we do, I have one more thing I want to drop on you because I saw this rumor out in the streets.
Okay.
Have you heard about this possible, this rumor, these whispers of John Boyega getting a Finn show on Disney Plus?
Yes, I have actually. Yes,
what
I have.
say you? Are we here for that?
I am actually here for that, as long as Finn is getting his due diligence, due justice, and everything that we thought we were gonna get in the first damn place. Like, yes, even my swarmy self was like, "Yo, they did my man." Boy,
yeah, man. Yeah, it's that's the rumbles, man. This is that it could be a possibility that my man Finn take this with a super sized grain of salt. Don't get mad at me for saying what the streets is talking about. But the streets is definitely talking about a possibility of Finn doing a Disney Plus show. Man, look, let me just tell you like this. Number one, the only way that's going to happen is if that conversation that he had with Kathleen Kennedy, they had to have really made some headway. Right. Either that or
they did him a black hairdresser.
That part.
That's what he needed.
That part, or they did what they always do in Hollywood. They slid that man enough zeros to make him say, "Fuck what y'all talking about."
That was first.
That's because look, you could be like, I ain't doing no more Star. How much?
Right. There you go. Take that check.
May the force be with you.
Right.
Literally, like, let's go. But dude, I'm like, I would love. If I'm like you, number one, do Finn, like, give Finn justice, like do Finn the way Finn should have been done from the jump, but also take this opportunity to really flesh him out, like not just give him the justice he deserved because he got done dirty in the sequel trilogy, but like really explore this character, like take time to really get into the psychology of this dude. And really tell a story, an intimate story of his transformation from being, just a child that was abducted by the First Order or whatnot, and now him kind of coming into his own, being, somebody who's force sensitive and trying to find their way in the galaxy. Like that, you know what? And I don't even care. Like, Ray ain't got to be involved at all. Like, I don't need to see anybody else. I don't need to see anybody else from the movie in this. If you wanted to just make it Finn centric, I'm cool with that. But give me some flavor that allows Finn and the this, because again, we got Mace in the prequels, but I want to see, if we're gonna still kind of play within this box and see the Force from this perspective, then put a different lens on it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see it from a black Jedi's perspective, or a black light side user if he doesn't go the way of the Jedi. Whatever, but let's see it from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Let me see it through. Tell me that story through his eyes. I'm with that, and then grow that. You know what I'm saying? They did. They gave us the female perspective with Rey. If you want to go with different ethnicities, whatever background, then go for it. But if there's any truth to this Finn shit, like, just do the man justice and give us a show that's really well thought out and that really gives him a chance to show us what he can do from the standpoint of holding his own.
Right. Now, old girl's name Daisy Ridley in real life, right? That's
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, if she did come back in a Finn show, and it's just like two questions in one. Do you think that it would pick up, like, after she buried the lightsabers, and then this would be the perspective in which they pick up from Finn, give him a new story, new adventures, whatever the case? Or do you think it would kind of pick up during some kind of time that we don't know about in between the movies or something like that? What do you think if they were to do a Finn show, if this is real?
It needs to be post-Rise. It needs to be post-Rise. I don't want to see any context of Finn, unless the only caveat to that would be if you were going to say, if they were going to do something that was, Finn and Poe in that period between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, where they're, doing whatever rebel shit they was doing, kind of like what we saw when they met Boolio at the beginning of Rise, and like that kind of mission with them and Chewie, But I personally would prefer them go beyond the end of the Skywalker saga. Like, finish, like, let that be what it is. Show me Finn, because you know what was her name? Was it Janna? Give me a Finn and Janna show. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Where they ended up at the, and sprinkle some Lando in with that, because Lando was going to help old girl go find her peoples anyway, and maybe find out that was actually her dad the whole damn time. So, sprinkle some of that in there. Like, give me that flavor and give me Star Wars from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? That would be dope. I'm here for that. Like, and because I feel like if Finn were to sign up and do this shit, he's not going to come back and just half-ass it. Like, he's going to come back and want to prove something. And they're going to want to, I would hope that they would want to prove something with it. And so that just would be, I think it would be dope ass content, man.
Right, for sure. I'm here for it. I'm hoping that it actually shakes out to be something true, and I hope it doesn't take them too long to actually put that together and put that out there, because I find myself being a lot more drawn to what they're doing with their live action on Disney Plus than I have been in a long time to a lot of their movie properties. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna go back and rewatch the sequel trilogy. I'm just not gonna do it. I've seen it on TV. And like, especially when I walk into work, they got all these different TVs up there, and I actually wind up watching the news, golf, or whatever else is on whenever I see the sequel trilogies on TV. Like, by law, I can say it's mediocre at best. But I'm excited for Mando. I'm excited for Book of Boba. Like, I got a little hype when I saw Carl Weathers tweet and talking about that they're going to be starting filming here hopefully soon in the next month, and he's returning as a director. So I'm like, let's go that we're getting a Mando 3, and it's not something that's been up in the air. We don't know if we're getting that. So if they continue a lot of these live action type stuff, I would totally tune in and watch what they do with the Finn show. So let's hope we get that, man. I'm totally down. Totally.
Hell to the
down for that.
Hey, now check this out. Check this out.
Oh, we checking out. Checking out.
Bam.
Uh-oh. Man.
I'm just saying, man.
We'll have to put the main gang in his hands.
That's the perfect example of it's good, but it could be better.
Right. That is totally.
Dead is, man. Dead
make that a meme. Make that a total meme right there.
Oh,
but What say ye people? Let's go backwards, I guess. What say ye people about Visions? About the
Yes.
trailer, about where you guys think it's going? Do you think it's going to be out of 10? Do you think it's going to be a 10 out of 10? Going to be as hyped about it as Al? Or do we got some mediocre numbers that's going to pop up? Anybody in the 5 range, lower? What are we thinking, people, when it comes to the Visions?
One moment.
The Visions. What do we have? Let's say you. I see Mike Porter come through with a 10. And I believe that, though. I think it might actually be every bit of a 10, but we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
Jackman got a 6 on that, though. That sounds pretty fair too. Because what I'm hoping they don't do is
just saying. I'm
is
just
kill us
saying.
with- I'm hoping they're not killing us with all this action in this trailer for it to be
Oh,
DBZ's story.
No,
in a little-
no, sir.
Like, I hope not.
No, sir. No. Look,
I hope
they
not.
they
That actually
need
looks
to.
pretty dope on.
I'm trying to tell you, don't it?
On screen.
Don't it, man?
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'm like, look, man, look.
Yes.
That's all we need, man. I'm just
Man.
look.
Got some 8s, some 9s. I see 11 out of 10.
Yeah,
Damn.
man.
These
Like,
that's your level right there. That's totally your level right there.
I'm with this.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be up there. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be pretty damn dope. Now I've kind of low key been into anime. I just don't watch everything anime.
Yeah.
And I guess it's one of those things where like some of this anime stuff is in this like 7th and 8th season because I feel like they don't ever cancel anime. They just
Just keep it going.
stop making it and then they just come back to it whenever they feel like getting back into
Right,
it. So
right.
it's like the first couple of seasons are like unless you're like diehard anime, you might not really be into it until about like 3rd or 4th season on some of that. And then by then the story's gotten so complex that you got to go back and watch season 1 to see where the connection was and that. And it's just
Mhm.
some of that types of stuff kind of keeps me from fully getting into it and being
Right.
immersed. But
Right.
some
No,
of
I
it does
totally
look
get you.
good though. So something like this, like I said, for Visions,
That's what, and
that
that's
is a good combination.
that's what I loved about Afro was the fact that it was like it was succinct. It was, I was able to follow it. It didn't drag on forever. I was pissed when it ended, but then we got the second season, which admittedly wasn't as great. I think it was like they did the second season was like a whole movie. It was it wasn't as good as the first, but it was
Right.
more Afro. I was with that.
Right.
And
Yeah,
this,
most def.
like I said, I totally got just the animation style, really, again, that anime flavor, but just the level at which they turned up with the action. That's where it just, when my man pulled out that joint and was like flicking away them, I'm like, bruh, stop. This is just ridiculous.
Right.
This is just crazy.
Facts. You guys, y'all have any questions for us on Visions? Anything that you think we might be wanting to predict? Any other kind of feelings that maybe we did not get to answer while we were talking about it? Any questions, man, before we move backwards and talk about some Eternals for a moment? As he's got the colors behind us undulating. Let's go purple to red, red to what's next, blue. Got yellow in there.
Hey, we can do some blue,
What
yellow.
are we gonna do?
It's
do whatever,
whatever.
man. It's whatever. That might be a sticker later on the Discord.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I saw Ratcatcher said wanted to know if I caught up on my Titans. Not quite. I'm doing that next week because I have a week layover until I start the new gig. So all next week is gonna be all Mayne authority. We catching up on Titans. I'm gonna be in that Discord. Which, by the way, if you ain't on the Discord, what the hell you doing with your life? Why you ain't got on the Mayne authority Discord? Join the Mayne gang.
I don't know, man.
We don't jump. This not your traditional gang. We don't jump you in. All you gotta do is not be an ass. That's it.
Exactly.
Very simple.
That's it.
Very, very
Actually,
simple.
it's like the reverse of a gang. You know how they beat you up to get in and out.
But don't get it twisted. We take our nerdy shit very,
very, very seriously.
very, very seriously. Very seriously.
So don't get it. Don't get messed up, man.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, man,
do
come.
that. Don't do that here.
Tex Venger, yes, GTA. But I will admit, GTA gonna have to take a back seat because you know what drops at midnight tonight?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That
That's
director's cut of
right.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Right.
Raise your hand if you want me to do a little streaming. I'm thinking about doing a little streaming.
Bro, he might do that, man. I might have to do a little stream of my own because I've been playing that Black Panther Battle for
Oh yes,
Wakanda
you
on the
jumped.
Avengers.
You jumped into it already, man. I'm still making baby steps on Avengers. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna catch up.
Oh yeah. You take your baby steps. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, like I enjoyed it, but I do have some gripes. I might have to do a video on it. I give it about a 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in there. It's enjoyable. It's something I would play with friends.
Yeah.
So definitely enjoyable with friends. I've played a couple with just random people. Yeah, you know me.
Yep.
I like knowing people who I play with.
Exactly.
But,
hey, I'm with you too.
nah.
I cannot stand randos.
But Black Panther himself, let me put it this way. I'm talking about the story that they did with it. 7.
Mm-hmm.
But Black Panther is a 10 out of 10. The actual character and all the visuals they got from him, the emotes that I've seen, and just playing with him myself, he's extremely fun.
Nice.
It makes the Avengers game like it makes me feel like he should have actually been one of the first characters. Like the people would have been.
They knew what they was doing, man. They knew what they was doing.
I told you, you know, it's one of them games you build off of. It's not going to be the best when it first comes out, but you give it some time, let them do what they got to do, fix a lot. They fix a lot of the bugs. They changed some of the interfaces, some of the types of things. To me, I was like, I didn't really ask for, but you know, I've been playing on it since it first came out, and now that they're making a change, to me, it's like I got to accept something new. But in the end, now I'm starting to get used to it. It is a little better than some of the issues that I've had with the old interface that they had. So, especially if you're a new player coming in because of the Black Panther DLC, I think the overall game as a whole now would be a lot more fun. I think that they're still dropping patches to fix there's like little small issues that you have with the Black Panther character, some extra damage and stuff like that. They just dropped the patch. I haven't tried it yet, but I think that might have fixed some of those little small issues. So if you were thinking about playing it before, I think Spider-Man is still going to be the thing that I'm going to make to push people over. Black Panther, and I'm hoping, man. I really want to come on here and be like, "Yo, Al, if you ain't playing Avengers now that Spidey's dropped, I don't know what you do with your life." I would love to be able to say that, just period, because it'd be something different to use Spider-Man in instead of it being a Spider-Man centric game with all those type of games. I'd like to be able to do that in like an Avengers setting. Would be completely dope. Being Spider-Man, Cap, Hulk, like I still don't like Hulk, but seeing him.
You know I don't like that mother. Don't even get me started.
Oh man,
don't even get me started.
I try to have a match with him, play a game with him in it, and it's just like, damn, why'd I pick him for?
I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. Real quick though, I want to get Ash's question because he's asked it like 2-3 times. I want to make sure I answer the homie straight. He said he has a theory that the Force heal is a dark side power because it's unnatural and it's a power Palpatine was telling Anakin about in Episode 3, the power to save the one you love. I think you might be onto something with that, man. It was something they kind of tried to put in Mando to kind of get people ready for it. But the interesting thing about that was the person that used it was the same person that I said I hope turn evil. So if your theory is right, then your theory does nothing but strengthen mine.
Right.
Let's go, evil Grogu, Lego.
Right.
Man.
Like I said, I'm here for it.
I'm telling you. Grogu would be good. I'm just saying, and like go all the way. Like have him show up. I want him. You know what I want? Because I've been watching. I've been going back down memory lane the last couple of weeks on the good old days of wrestling. I need Grogu to do a Hulk Hogan style heel turn. Like I need him to show up and everybody be like, Grogu back, it's on, and then he just decapitates somebody.
Right.
Just be like, Grogu, you can go to hell, straight to hell. Like that's what I want. I want kids crying. I want the babies crying. I want all of these new Star Wars fans that only came in because of Baby Yoda. I want to see them crying and on Twitter canceling Star Wars. I want the whole 9. I want all the smoke. I want that little bastard to be like, yeah.
Right. I think that's hard for people now because it's Grogu's baby. He's cute.
I don't give a damn. I don't care.
I'm just saying. I think it's hard for them now, but he's got to grow up. And I don't think the grown-up version of him is going to be as cute as everybody thinks it's going to be. He ain't going to be cute no more. Okay? He's gonna be,
I feel you.
So I'm with you on that. I see Mike Porter asked, he said, talking about Visions, is that they say it's not canon, But if Visions does well, do you think that will change? What do you think?
I think if Visions gets the kind of response I think it's going to get, they may not make it canon, but they're going to be forced to use some of that style and that flavor in live action Star Wars going forward. And I really do think that's the plan. Like I think that's what they're going to do with this. This is like a way for them to kind of get a gauge for what types of Star Wars content people will really respond to. And as we go forward and as we watch Visions, I think as we see these individual stories, we could see these individual stories maybe kind of evolve into something that ties into live action on some fronts. But I don't think any of these stories specifically will then all of a sudden become canon. I think we'll just start to see these elements kind of play into what we see with Star Wars going forward.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah, man.
Totally agree. Even though Felicity says y'all both wrong. You're wrong. She wants you to put some respect on Grogu.
Hey, I got all the respect for Grogu. I'm just saying he need to go on and embrace it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
The man, you saw the man choking the hell out of Cara Dune, man. Like he did.
My man was about that life instantly.
Was, already, he was like, I don't play that.
Nah, don't with my friends, dude.
No, big time.
Don't do it. My man, he didn't even think about it at all. My man, he must have PTSD. You know he's got to have PTSD.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Soon, first little vision, slapping you with the sauce.
Exactly. I need evil Grogu.
Right. I agree with Nikki. Every Jedi needs a dance with the dark side, because I feel like you can't truly know how good you are unless you fight against that, or at least get into that life and see what it's like for a moment and make sure that you can come back from that. If you can't come back from the dark side, were you ever really good in the first place?
Facts.
Anakin. Looking at your ass. No. So what y'all guys think about the Eternals? I know we asked, for ratings and everything like that, but where do you guys think that that's going to go? You think that the big bad being the Celestial is going to be the end game of it all? You think that they might tease something like Galactus in this at some point? Like, where are we sitting at with the Eternals? Was that trailer enough to tip you in another direction, or are you still sitting where you were? What y'all think, man? I see second player came in with the question, said, you think it would be weird if Grogu starts actually talking like Yoda?
I don't think it would be weird, but I'm curious to see if that was just a Yoda thing or if that's just something with their species. I would prefer it if he didn't, but I don't think it would be weird if he did, though.
Okay. That's what's up.
Ash, what about you, man?
Asked, I would actually hope he don't talk like Yoda, to be honest.
That's what's up.
I'm with you on that. Straight talking one. Just, I think like Yoda was kind of talking the way he did because of maybe his age, where he's been, his history. Who knows? They don't really go into Yoda is Yoda, but I don't think they all talk like that.
Right. Yeah.
So
I'm hoping not.
I hope we just get a Grogu that just learns to speak and in English.
Right.
Speaking English, not some kind of foreign.
Or as they say in Star Wars world, basic.
Basic, yes. Hopefully he's not too basic.
Right. We don't want him to be basic. Just speak basic.
Yeah, just his language.
Just the language only, please.
Ashhammer asked, he said he's down to play some ghost survival online, but he wants to know if the DLC costs any money.
It does, I believe. Don't give me the line about the price point, but I think if you don't own, or if you own Ghost and you upgrade, it's like $30 or something like that, I think, or $20. But if you upgrade to the PS5 version, it's $30. Or if you're buying it brand new from ground up, it's like $69. So I believe that's the numbers. But yeah, the DLC definitely costs.
Right. Yeah. Most definitely costs a little bit.
Worth
it.
Man.
Right.
Worth it.
It's definitely worth it, man.
That game, man, let me tell you.
Yeah. Like.
Oh, I feel you, Ash. I feel you, bro.
I was down.
I feel you. We got you. We got you covered, man. We gonna make that work.
Oh yeah, totally gonna make it work. We might even split screen it, even though Al might play on his, or maybe we should do the Twitch YouTube thing. I don't know. We'll have to talk
Yeah,
about that.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure out the
We'll have to
logistics.
figure
We
that
will
out for
figure it
sure.
out.
Yes, man. For sure. What else y'all got, man?
Yeah.
Seems like I think Visions might have taken the show when it came down to it. Everybody's excited for that Eternals. Yeah. Everybody liked that T'Challa What If, but we could watch that anytime we want. This Visions, though, seems like we're going to have to wait till September to find out what that's like.
Right.
Yeah, I like the fact that you get strong animatrix vibes from it. I like the storytelling that they did in that. And so it just makes me think of some of their more anime looking episodes that they have. Like, this is really close. I wouldn't be surprised if you look into both of those, if maybe a writer or a designer or something like that or two is attached to this from that property. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be shocked at all. Even John Johnston said, I'm about that Visions, y'all. For sure.
Heck yeah, man.
Show. Titans, man. Where you at on Titans?
Oh, man. I watched one more episode.
One more episode to what? Where you at?
I'm at like, what, 5 or 6?
Yeah. Season 1 or 2. Okay.
Next
We'll
week.
get there, people.
This
Right, I'm about to say
weekend and next week.
Yes.
I'm telling you, by next Thursday, I'm going to be caught up. Believe that. I got a whole week. I ain't got nothing planned this weekend. I ain't got no work next week. I am going to binge the holy hell out of Titans.
Right.
We're
Most
gonna make
definitely.
that work.
Maybe, just maybe, we could talk about episodes 1 through 5. When my man gets all the way caught up.
Yeah, man.
We'll speed through them by then because we're going to want to talk more about I know you're going to get caught up on the 3rd episode for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So we're probably gonna sit there for a moment, and then hopefully I'm thinking 5 will be more of a. I'm not gonna say this last episode was filler. It's definitely not filler, but the story has to progress. So I don't like every episode isn't going to be as captivating as some of these other episodes are. But,
I got you.
This very last episode did progress the story very well, very very well, and I'm thinking episode 5 is going to wind up being a good tell-all. That's going to start tying some things in, especially with the introduction of a certain Blackfire in this last episode.
Okay.
So we're going to get to see how that plays out because their dynamic in the comics and storyline is kind of up and down too. So we will see about that. But yes, we will finally be able to talk about it when the main man Al gets all caught up.
Indeed.
We will dive into that more later tonight after the show. Actually, we're going to do a watch party for Titans, very last episode. So make sure that you're on the Discord. If you ain't, I don't know what you doing.
I don't know what you're doing with your life.
There it is again. It's not really a spoiler, Felicity. Like if you go on anywhere, that's the name of the episode. So I ain't say no spoilers about nothing. I ain't say it. So she's just ready to. She got her finger on that cancel button.
Oh, you know it.
She's just waiting.
You know it.
Like she just sits there and just wait. This is her finger, and she's like, "Just do it." Do it,
I dare you. I double dare you, mother.
Right. Double dog dare you. And I'm over there like the little girl in Rush Hour. Push the button.
Push the red button.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's fun. It's fun. Yeah, man.
So what you got planned for this weekend, man? What you getting into?
What am I getting into this weekend? Hopefully I'm down to the last little bit of whip problems. I'm down to the last bit of my car problems.
Nice.
And hopefully I'll be able to smooth that out like butter.
Beautiful.
Come this weekend.
Beautiful.
Other than that, man, if you really want to know,
I do
you and I
really
haven't
want to know.
spoke about this yet, but we will, I'm sure.
Yes.
But I would actually like to do something for the members this weekend.
Something for the
Be it
people.
a stream, something for the people. You know, something. You know, if it's a stream, maybe we can go on and figure out some of these Wallace debacles. That's what we're calling it now.
Yep.
Because it's actually debacles,
but
because it's Wallace, it's
debacles.
Yes, we have Wallace debacles.
There you go.
And maybe we could figure out some of these Wallace debacles.
That sounds like a disease. Do you suffer from Wallace debacles?
It does. Like people are gonna stop going to theaters now because of Wallace debacles.
You got that Wallace debacles.
From the window to the Wallace debacles. That's how we do.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. No, but I'm with that, man. Like we still owe these people a Meteor Man, Pootie Tang watch party, man. We still owe them that. I saw somebody over here talking about Afro Samurai watch party, which I'm totally with. Yeah, we're gonna be in there, and not only that, but we just may turn up this weekend too. We just might do that again because it's Friday. I ain't gonna have no job.
Right.
I ain't gonna have shit to do.
Right. So what else you doing with your life?
Hey, whatever. Not a damn thing until the 30th, bro.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I see Nikki talking about the Flash here in the chat, and I would like to chime in on that and say I 100% agree with what Nikki is saying. The first 3 seasons of the Flash were really, really good, and like her, I've stuck in there, and I've at least seen up to season 7. I heard season 8 just dropped, but after season 3, I will have to say, like, it is not something I almost reluctantly am keeping up with it because
you just determined to see.
It's one of those, you know how we are. We can't quit. If something we started, we at least got to make sure that we kind of finish it. And the only thing I haven't been able to pull through on that one is Supergirl. For some reason, season 3 of Supergirl, is done. Like, I'm probably like episode 8, and I can't. I can't anymore. But with the Flash, it's just I've watched the first TV iteration of the Flash.
Okay.
Absolutely love it because the Flash is actually like a good hero, CSI detective in the first iteration. Yeah, you get those story tropes with the old TV shows where he's got to get beat up for a moment to be triumphant. But they overdo that so much in this Flash to the point where like the Flash is just a title. It's not even, you don't watch it for him. You watch it because you like the fact that they include Frost in there now. And it's Caitlyn's like alter ego, and now they finally let Caitlyn be Frost all the time. You watch it for some of the villains. Like, a lot of the villains are a hell of a lot cooler than the Flash is, and each one of them, he needs his team to be able to and I mean to even fight the villain. Like, he can't do nothing on his own. And I feel like they downplay the Flash so much. Like, this is a person who can think faster than Superman. Okay, he can think faster than Superman. The number one commandant of the Speed Force, and left and right, he's just getting smooth smacked down by everybody there. Even the Thinker was too hard for him, and it's like, come on, like, I get it, but I don't get it. Like, the Flash needs to be he's only effective in the first two episodes of any season.
Got you.
That's it. The first 2 episodes, you see the Flash getting a street level gang member or something like that. Winner. You see him probably fight somebody that was a season before that was a villain and they brought him back. Winner. As soon as they start entering and introducing the new villain and his new people, Flash is useless. Completely useless. Everybody else is and I can't stand that. But I'm still watching it just to see if they ever decide to make him better. So far, no. So far, no. Apparently, you might enjoy it because I'm hearing the season. I've seen some of the season finale thanks to Twitter. Thank you guys. And yeah, they have like a lightsaber fight or some shit. So if you're into watching TV versions of lightsaber fights, you might get like a Visions preview with all flashes. So yeah,
interesting.
I still don't think you'll be watching.
Nah, I'm not.
I still don't think so. But yeah, no, I mean it's a good watch up to season 3. It's not like Arrow.
Yeah,
it's not like
I got
Arrow.
it. I hate watching shows where I know either it tails off and turns to trash or they didn't finish it because it's just like, then why am I watching this? Like, why? It's not going anywhere. It's just going.
I don't know. It's one of the OG TV shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, it outlasted Arrow somehow. Somehow, like, Arrow was hot. Season 2 of Arrow, shit, man. Deathstroke just makes everything better.
Never got into him.
Season 2 of Arrow is worth the watch, and I would say stop there. Like, if you want to have a good taste of anything that was CW, that was it. But they start going off and then try to make they technically did the multiverse thing first, but not as clean as Marvel has so far.
Gotcha.
So, and speaking of Stephen Amell, it's kind of weird seeing him in other movies where he actually gets to cuss. Because in Arrow, he wanted to. In Arrow, there's so many scenes where it's like, just let him say it. Just let him say it one time. And he never does. He never does. When you watch him in some of these other movies,
he's like, he's playing catch up.
Hey, my man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Most deaf, man. How you feeling tonight? Is it a good night for you?
This is a fantastic night, man.
Nice beginning to Friday Eve.
I couldn't be more pleased.
Most definitely.
Man. And I think that might be the cue to say, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
make sure you get on that Discord, man. Right now, the perp coin, you're getting about 10% extra on them games.
Yeah, get in there, man.
I got some new things that's about to be hitting the shop here soon. Some things you guys might like.
That's what's up. That's
that
what's
coin.
Up. Yes, and one more time, if you're not on the Discord, go holler at your boys on the Discord, man. We be having stuff popping down. And if you want to make sure you've got premium access on the Discord, hit us up on that Patreon, man. Think about giving your boys a little bit of a donation so that we can keep working on these changes.
Yes, sir. We got more changes coming.
Oh, man, do we? Oh, boy. The countdown is on, man.
Sending in some supers the next show.
You never know.
You never know. And I guess before we get up out of here, I'm gonna go ahead and drop that Patreon link for you. And anybody else who's catching us on the replay who may not know, you can also look in the description. We have our Discord, we have our Patreon, and our other socials in there. So be sure to like, subscribe, and just really just want y'all to have fun. That's why we really haven't
even said to do
all of that stuff.
Tell a cousin. Tell a baby mama. As long as she ain't one of mine.
I ain't got no baby mama, so
I only have one.
I only have none. So it's absolutely, look at that. That's a 10 right there.
Lucky mother.
Don't hate on me, man.
Look,
don't hate
this
on
is
me,
the time
man.
of year where you start really where your kids like that it's stress on you because it's that back to school. So you're dealing with them, trying to get them adjusted, and you realizing how much money you about to put out for the school year.
Right.
I'm already having to drop dubs off. I'm like, what you mean volleyball camp is a dub? It's a hustle. I'm gonna put a net in my backyard and be like, here, I'll teach you.
Right.
And all this money
turn from volleyball to badminton as soon as you
I don't give a look. Let me tell you, it's so hot. It'd be so hot down here. I'd be like, how about we go inside and play some checkers?
Right.
Like this heat. I ain't with it.
Why don't you just hit an ice cube my way? Either way.
Yay.
Just not an overhand. Not an overhand.
There you go. But yeah, people. Man, it's been real. We appreciate you hanging with us. And like we always say, we will be sure to catch you
in the next episode.
And Wallace, you're fired.
Wow, another Wallace the Wallace.
It just don't like it. It don't like me, man. It don't.
There
you go.
Do that shit anyway.
There you do the shit anyway.
Right. He's supposed to wait. Gotta wait at least like 10 minutes.
I ain't waiting for a damn thing. I ain't waiting for nothing.
The nice fade to black.
Exactly. What? It shouldn't be faded to black.
I know it shouldn't. I was kind of hoping it would fade back.
It's supposed to be something a whole lot different. I don't know why. Hey. Wallace, you are so fired.
Wallace is so full of DeBallases.
Like you're just DeBallas on DeBallas, Wallace.
Wallace DeBallas.
Oh,
any worse to be a DeBallas.
Exactly. I just don't. I don't understand, man. What is he doing? What is he doing?
What he always do. What he always do. You know, like, we're gonna have to tell people about Wallace.
Yeah, we're gonna have to let them know about Wallace. I still gotta tell them, you know, that situation Wallace put us in, man.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So people can have a better idea. See, this is why we ain't had the commercials up yet, people.
Yes.
You know Wallace is on.
Because Wallace be
on.
Yes. Wallace stay up, man.
Yes. Yes. Like he lucky he even was able to come with us.
Facts.
In the first damn place.
Facts.
Damn. Wallace don't need he needs a lesson, all right. We're gonna give Wallace a lesson. One of these days.
Get your hand out of my pocket!
Hey. Man, you crept up on something like that.